Okay. Yeah, I guess let's give it a moment while people are joining.
Are we live right now or not yet?
We're live, yeah.
Okay.
Hola. Bienvenidos a todos. Okay. Ya empezamos. Hola, buenos días. Bienvenidos. Gracias por conectarse a este webinar hoy. Estamos felices de tenerlos a todos y todas aquí. Mi nombre es Jillian Avendano. Yo soy la directora de FIU CIBER. El tema de este webinar hoy es cómo obtener tu Top Voice Badge en LinkedIn. Y estoy aquí con mi colega Luciana Kube. Luciana.
Hola a todos, buenos días. Estamos felices de tenerlos. Como ha dicho Jillian, bienvenidos. Tenemos hoy un evento conjunto con la Cámara de Comercio de Mujeres de Estados Unidos y especialmente nos va a presentar esta serie de webinars Verónica Córdoba. Ella es cofundadora y directora de Camacom y es directora regional de una de las multinacionales más importantes del mundo, que es Samsung. Ella nos va a explicar sobre nuestra gran speaker de hoy, que va a ser Paola Durán. Entonces, bienvenidas Paola y Verónica, y comenzamos con Verónica.
Thank you, Luciana and Jillian. Let's gonna switch to English if you're okay, because I think we prepared the seminar for our English people and everybody.
Oh, sorry. I was like, oh, it's in Spanish. Let's do it in Spanish.
Worry, these things happen.
I could start it in Spanish. I could redo it in English.
Sometimes we don't know if we're in Spanish or English, but anyhow.
That's Miami, right?
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure for me to be with you today. I'm Verónica Córdoba, Director of Services and Product of the Cámara de Comercio de Mujeres de los Estados Unidos de América. Today, as Juliana and Jillian and Luciana said, we are beginning a series of webinars together with the FIU CIBER. Thank you, Luciana and Jillian, for being part of this movement and contribution to the society. This webinar called Potentializing Hispanic Talent, where we focus on generating value, information, and tools so the entrepreneur and businesswoman can develop their skills and business. And today, for our first webinar, we start with a very productive topic, that is how to get your LinkedIn Top Voice Badge, with our special speaker, Paola Duran. Before we start, let me introduce a little bit of Paola. Paola is the director of Paola Duran Business, focused on LATAM companies to generate more business opportunities and boost their organizational digital reputation. Paola is a mechanical engineer turned to marketing business. Paola is a certified expert by Link Corporation, as well as Link approved sales navigator trainer. She's one of the only 6 Ibero-American experts in social selling recognized as such by Linked Corporation. She's the founder of the Art of Selling Academy with Lincoln and co-founder of the Initiative for Female Entrepreneurship, Red de Mujeres Líderes. In addition, she is the host of the podcast, The Power of My Vision. In the last year, she has trained more than 150 commercial and marketing teams across Latin American countries. Over 6,000 people have attended her in-person and online conference in the last 12 months. It's a pleasure for me to welcome Paola, to have her here with us today.
Okay, hello everyone. So glad to be here with all of you. We're gonna have a very fun and practical topic today. So let me tell you, Veronica, thank you for introducing me. And thank you for Luciana and Jillian as well. So what are we going to be doing today? I want to give you a few concepts before we dive into the Top Voice Badge. And I want to make this super practical. So at a point, I will ask every one of you to open up your LinkedIn profiles, and we're going to do some work around the Top Voice Badge, okay? So I hope you're ready. And well, I'm super glad to be here. I can switch to Spanish if anybody needs that. Otherwise, we stick to English. But I'll just and I'm here for you. So you just ask me in any language, and please forgive my English. I don't speak English every day at all. So it might be a little bit rusty, okay? So let's get deep into the topic. Let me share. I have a presentation here for you, but please, if the host can give me the permissions, because I'm not able to share right now my
Okay, just
presentation.
perfect. Just wait a second. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I make you host.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let me share. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can do this now. Okay, there we are. Thank you for being so patient. Okay, so here we are. Please, could you just tell me if you hear me and if you can see the presentation, if you can see the slide right now?
Yes,
Yeah?
everything.
Okay, perfect. So thank you for the introduction. This is me. This is my company, PDN. Thank you so much. And as Veronica said, I'm so glad because a few years ago, LinkedIn Corporation in Latin America chose 6 companies, and well, they built this partnership, and they gave us the partner position, if that is possible. So it's only 6 of us in Latin America that are doing business with LinkedIn and are helping companies with the LinkedIn certification. Okay, so 2 are in Argentina, 2 in Chile, 1 in Colombia, and mine in Ecuador. Okay, so that's why I'm here, and our focus is, of course, helping companies sell more and position the companies as the go-to referrals in the market. Okay, these are some of the companies that we have worked for, some of our clients, mainly in Latin America, but we also have clients in the US, in Canada, and last year we started working with companies in Australia and New Zealand. So we also work with the English-speaking world, but mainly Spanish-speaking in Latin America. Okay, so first of all, I want to go back a little backwards, because before speaking about the top voice badge, we need to understand why we need it. And in this puzzle of online reputation and personal brand, where does it fit? And if it helps you or not, okay? And while I'm speaking, please feel free to write anything in the chat. I'll go through the questions at any time. I'll stop at some moment and at some point and answer any questions you have, okay? So why do we need to think about our personal brand, especially online? So I want to go back a few years to before COVID. And before the what happened is that this was how it looked for brands in those days. There were brands online, of course. There were companies that were already online, people that had their personal brand online. But before that, we were able to recognize, it was easier to know, to understand which were the trustworthy companies, the trustworthy people. But what happened after 2020? This is what happened to the brands. Everyone started to work online. Every brand wanted to have an online presence. So nowadays it is pretty difficult for us to understand who is who, and if we can trust or not those companies, and of course every person that is out there, because nowadays it's super easy to have a personal brand. You can hire someone, they can, you can have a good photo shoot, you can have your logos, you can have colors, everything, your branding. But that is not the same as having a pretty strong brand. So it's easy to get confused. And why do we need to work right now on our personal brands? And we'll speak about the LinkedIn top boys batch later, because we need to build something stronger than the others, right? We're fighting is super tough nowadays. We're in the arena, everybody's trying to build their businesses, and what happens, we might get confused. Our clients or the other people that we're trying to reach out to might get confused. Okay, so let me just bring this concept. This is the second concept I want to talk about, is how our client. Right now, let's speak about our business, but we can translate, we can bring this to other areas of our lives, relationships, whatever. This is how we look nowadays. We are super busy. We are super informed. You can, with artificial intelligence, you can get informed, you can have information about anything in no time. And we get every day, we are online and we get so much information, so many things that at some point we might get confused, or we lose the capability of really the capacity of understanding who is who, or what is a good message, or what is a lie, and of course we're super stressed. So that is how we are. If you think about yourself at the end of the day, or at any time of the day, probably you feel like this. So our client feels the same way, and we need to cut through the noise and make that client be aware of us. Okay, that's why we need to work on our presence, or online presence. And the third concept I want to, of course, these are things you already know, but I just want to make sure that we have the proper introduction in order to understand if we need to get further into our LinkedIn profile and online presence. Okay, so that is how the modern decision maker works. I don't know if any of you had the experience, but when I was a child, people used to knock on our door to sell things. Okay, nowadays that is doesn't happen anymore. That is something from the past. But how do we buy today? And think about the last sale you made, probably from Amazon. Think about anything anything you bought. Okay, so first we research, then we want to have the experience ourselves, or sometimes we might read reviews, we might ask our WhatsApp groups about their experience. So we want to have the experience and know what is going on. Okay, then we choose, and finally we reach out. That is how we buy today. And that is not only for companies, that is also for individuals. That is how we buy. And when we think about our online presence, we need to ask ourselves if we are making this path easy for our clients, okay, or the people who want to reach out, okay, to us. And those are our stakeholders. The company might be small, you might be an entrepreneur, but you've got to work for your stakeholders, and you need to put yourself out there in order for them to see you and understand who you are. So we need to work on two basic things when we go online with our brand: visibility and reputation. Okay, we're not going to speak today. We're not going to speak about visibility. We will speak about reputation. Okay, and that is how it works. This is a simple, super simple equation that we need to have in place every day in order to make our business grow or achieve any goal we have, any professional goals. Okay, so now let's speak about your personal brand. Okay, now those are the concepts. Now let's speak about the personal brand. So these are some examples of people that have a super strong personal brand. Probably they wouldn't have built a company if it was not for their personal brand, right? And if you think about some of their products are, well, might be not as famous as themselves, right? As the personal brand. Okay, so what is a personal brand? It's basically what people think, feel, and believe about you. And we must translate this to LinkedIn. When we are building a professional profile, we need to ask ourselves if we are building the right message. What is people thinking, feeling, and believing about everyone, about each of you, okay? And now let's go to LinkedIn, and now we're getting pretty close to the central topic. Why LinkedIn? And I just wanted to bring a few numbers in order to, I know that many of you use LinkedIn, and of course that's why you are here, but I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page. So we're more than 1 billion personal profiles nowadays. LinkedIn started 20 years ago with 20 profiles. Nowadays, it's more than 1 billion, okay? And more than 67 million companies have their profiles on LinkedIn, okay? So that is those are the numbers. Here are some of the number of companies that are using LinkedIn nowadays. Sorry, this was I made it in Spanish. I didn't translate it, but of course I know can understand. For example, in the USA, 17 million, sorry, 17 million company pages. Okay, and then if you work internationally, there you can see how many there are in Colombia, 150,000, in Panama, 13,000. So Mexico, 560,000. So the numbers are huge, and those are the companies you can find on LinkedIn. And of course, if you want to, if you're on the B2B world, if you're in the B2B world, there you have it. Okay, then those are the numbers. Now let's get into the top voice batch. And now I just want to know if there are any questions right now. I don't see the chat right now, but let me see if there is any question. Okay. Okay, so you're introducing yourself. Okay, so no questions. But if you have any questions, there you have the chat. Okay, so now let's get into the main topic right now. Oh, sorry, I think another. Okay. So this is how, like, if you want to build, if any of you wants to build a pretty strong strategy on LinkedIn, this is the key. Okay, that's the clue. No more. You have to build 3 main pillars: the LinkedIn profile, your contacts or your network, which is the blue circle over there, and of course your positioning, your reputation. And of these 3, we will be working right now on the orange, the orange circle. Okay, but that is the equation. That is the secret. No more than this. Okay. So I know that we won't be talking today about the LinkedIn profile or about the network. I'll be giving you, I have a resource for you, so you can check your LinkedIn profile and see if it's correctly built. I will give the link. I don't know if it's right now. I'm giving you the link. Yeah, there it is. And then we'll get to the positioning through content. Okay, and get to the LinkedIn top voice batch. Okay, so just give me a second, because I've got I've got the resource, and I don't want to. I want to give it to you right now, otherwise I might forget about it. Sorry. If I interrupt this, I'll write it here in the chat. Okay. So I don't know how, I should say everyone, right? There it is. So if any of you would like to work deeper into the profile, there you have a resource that you can use. We built that resource. It's like a 5-step ebook that you can follow and see if your profile is correctly done. Okay, so let's get deeper into okay. So these are some of our clients. So what I will be doing right now is I'll be guiding you through the process we use for our clients, how they get the top voice badge. And first, I want to show you the different types of programs LinkedIn has, because the golden or the gold top voice badge is one of the two badges you can get on LinkedIn. Okay, so these are the top voice programs. We have like the blue one and the gold one. The blue one is an invitation only program. It features senior level experts and leaders, and it's something that you cannot apply for. I mean, there's no procedure you can follow in order to achieve this badge. LinkedIn they don't have any, I mean, they don't tell you how they decide who they give it to, but they just one day tell you that you're a top voice. That's what happened to me. And it's something that you don't need to do anything else in order to keep it. You have it. LinkedIn recognize things that you are senior level experts. You're a leader. You're of course a thought leader in a specific area, and they give it to you. But since last year, there's another way to get the top voice badge, which is the gold one. And this is the one that we've been working on with our clients. And I know that, I don't know, Veronica, I think you got it, right? You got the gold one, right? And I think Yami also has it.
I have one. Yeah. We have been working on it.
Okay, and I know that Yami followed the procedure we showed her, and she got it. So you're good students. And this is what happens right now. LinkedIn is recognizing noteworthy contributors who share their expertise and experience, and that is amazing because you can get this recognition without expecting that someday LinkedIn will realize that you're out there, that your profile, that you're giving a lot of value, or that you have a good community. Now, this is in the reach of everyone right now. So what do we need to do? I will show you what do we need to do, but first I want to talk about the benefits, because I won't lie to you. You need to work. It's not something that just, appears one day. You need to do some work. But we have measured if this is really a good thing to do. I mean, if we really get a benefit from working on this. So our clients have experienced about 20% increase in impressions after earning the badge. And this is good because why? Because we need to be visible. I mean, we need to get out there, and we need people to see us, that we're out there. And once our clients get the badge, we have measured that they are much more visible. Okay, so this is a pretty good measurement when we are speaking about the online presence. Okay, and the other thing that we've measured, although this is not measured in numbers, but we measured a greater perception of their expertise. And how do we measure that, or how did we measure that? We studied the communications, the comments they received, and you could see such a different perception and a different way in which they were contacted, or the comments they received were so different. So before, they were seen like, this is another LinkedIn member, but after the badge, you could see that their reputation just got a little bit higher. Okay, so you see the number there, and you see the perception. So if you want this is the way to go. And how do we do that? Okay, and let me guide you through the process, and then we will do the exercise. I've got the links here for you, and we will be doing this with all of you. Okay, so how do we do this? First, we need to choose a general topic. And that topic needs to be aligned with your personal brand. What do your message, your content. Okay, so first you need to choose one topic. I will show you the topics and you can choose one. Just something here. Sometimes LinkedIn suggests those topics, and people sometimes choose from those suggestions. I wouldn't recommend this because you're losing control of your personal brand. Sometimes LinkedIn might be right and sometimes might be wrong and might be suggesting things that are not good for your personal brand, okay? Please, I just want to ask the organizers, if there's any questions, you just tell me because I might not be checking on the chat right now. Okay. So the second thing you need to do is once you choose a topic, you go to the topic list, okay? LinkedIn has a list and you decide on, you realize, I mean, well, what I suggest is just choose one topic, okay? You can choose a second or third topic, but after you get the badge, okay? So then you choose the topic, then you go to the list and you pick whatever you want to talk about. This is how the list looks like, okay? I will show you later the real list, okay? Then, of course, and this is super important, you need to set aside time to each week to comment on 3 or more articles, because this is how it works. LinkedIn is giving you a list of topics, it's giving you a list of articles, and you need to comment to, you know, give some value to that article. And LinkedIn will be following your progress, and if LinkedIn realizes that you're in the top 5% of the people that is making contributions to those articles, you get the badge. That's the only way. And it's super easy. It's just getting into an article, writing down whatever your expertise is, what you think about the question. It's easy as that. Okay.
Paola, I'm sorry to interrupt. We
Sure.
have a question from one of the attendees is asking if for doing this part, we need to have a LinkedIn premium account to qualify for the golden.
Not at all. You don't need to
Okay.
have a premium profile. That's the, what I like about this, because it's for anyone. Okay.
Okay, and we where do we click in our profile to go to all activity?
Okay, I will show you. Give me a minute. I just wanted to guide you through the process, step 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, and then we'll do the exercise. We'll do it together. Okay.
Okay, great.
Any other question? Thank you for that. No? Okay. But this is super important. You need to set aside time. If you don't stick to the process, if you don't commit, you won't get the badge. That's for real. And of course, once you earn your badge, you need to keep it. You need to contribute you need to keep on writing, keep on commenting in those articles, okay? So now let's do it together. Ready? Okay, so we need to open the profile right now. I ask you please to open your profile right now. And since we are here, I would be super thankful if you connect with me. I'll be glad if you connect with me. And just one thing, when you want to connect with somebody, please send an invitation with some context, right? Because you can just send an invitation or you could send an invitation saying, for example, hey, Paola, I attended the webinar today. So would you connect? Are you open to connecting? That's much more, when you're telling somebody the reason why we need to connect, it's easier to have a relationship. I'm not speaking about just connections. I'm speaking about getting in front of people and letting them know who I am, because we receive so much. Remember the concept I showed you about how we are today, where we need to cut through the noise. How do we cut through the noise? By, for example, on LinkedIn, by writing some text and inviting people to join your network without I mean, with a real reason behind, right? That is how we do it. And if you see me over there, just connect with me, please. Send me an invitation and tell me that we got acquainted through this webinar, okay? In this webinar. Okay. So there we are. Everybody's got their profiles opened, okay? Or do we need more time? Okay. So that's why do I ask you to open your profile? We won't be working on your profile, but I want you to open a link. I will right now. I'll be sending a link right now through the chat. And I please ask you to open it. You need to use the same browser you're using for your profile. Don't use another browser because LinkedIn will ask you to remember your password and open the profile. So there you are. You have it in the chat over there. And let me do that here. I'm using the same browser. I'm pasting. I pasted the link I sent. Here it is. Oh, it doesn't work. Sorry, I don't know why. Okay, there it is. That's the link. You just click, and there you have the articles. That's the list. Okay. Is everybody there? Okay, ready? Okay, so there you are. Okay, there you are. So there we have the list. Okay. Okay, Pia says yes. Yami say yes. Okay, there we are. So what's the next step? Here we have the list. This, I mean, you can see that the list is long. You know, a client said, well, it's huge, but it's not so difficult if we are really clear on what we want to show about ourselves, what we want to showcase about ourselves. So, for example, let's say that I am a coach, okay? So I will go to the C here. I will click on the C and find what are the topics around coaching. Let's see if we find them, because we might not find them, and we need to go to you know, to look for that now for that. I don't see there is anything around coaching. Did anyone see here? Okay, coaching and mentoring. There we have it. Okay. I know that there are many types of coaches nowadays, but LinkedIn is showing us one topic around coaching. So we click on the coaching and mentoring option. And there we have all the articles that we can contribute on, okay? Look, there's a lot of information over there. But remember, let's go back. The first thing you need to do is to choose the topic you want to get the top voice badge on. I would really suggest nowadays that you choose one that is not so popular. For example, if you choose leadership, it's going to be hard to get the badge, okay? Because so many people are speaking nowadays about leadership. We have one client, I think I showed you the Adriana Hoyos badge. She's super known because for her, she has a great company, and she's the creative director of a high-end design firm. So we used for her, I don't know if I can find it here. We used design. I don't remember right now. Just let me show you, because it's easier if you find sometimes, for example, interior design voice. We chose interior design, and it was easier to get, right? And of course, interior design is aligned with all her message, right? That's so it was a good topic to choose. So there you have it. So choose from, I'll give you just 1 minute. And if anybody is not finding their topic, please share in the comments and I'll try to help you, okay?
Paola, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
But there is some topics, so there is more difficult to get the badge than the others, right?
Sure.
So the topics that is in trend right now are the more difficult.
Sure. That is what, and that is why I suggest that you do not follow what LinkedIn is suggesting you,
Mhm.
because sometimes it might be something that it's not aligned with your personal brand, or is something that is super popular. But anyhow, this topic, what I like about this topic is that in some topics, it gives you a lot of options. For example, human resources, you have about 10 different topics. So if that aligns with your personal brand, try to use the one that is easier to get. Which one did you choose, Veronica? Which one do you have the top voice badge for?
Retail marketing.
Okay.
Actually,
so-
I want to choose woman leadership or leadership, but I thought what you said, because I said, oh my God, right now we have a lot of people that are talking about that. And what I figured out is that LinkedIn doesn't read your answer. So it doesn't matter that if my answer is more could have more coverage or not. It's only the how many times I interact with the LinkedIn. So also my expertise is in regional retail, so I prefer to choose retail. Also my experience is in commercial, but I also thought that a lot of people is following the commercial side. So, but what happened with the people that only have, that doesn't have too many background to choose? That's my question. Because in my case, I choose, I decide, I could have the opportunity to decide.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have that much chance to decide, yeah, choose the best one that you find. I mean, I'm telling you the best case scenario, but if you don't have it, I mean, if it's out of your reach, just, I mean, do what you have over there, and then you can, I mean, because one thing is important, that you can change the batch, the topic, as Veronica is explaining. So if you don't feel comfortable with that one, then next time choose another one. Okay, and just I know I believe there's another question, but before we move on to the question, I want to comment on two things that Veronica said. The first one, LinkedIn does not read the answers. It does read your answers. Why? And right now I'm going to share some information that not everybody knows, but just give me 2 seconds, because the dog wants to get out of the, sorry. She gets tired of listening to me, so she wants to get out. Okay, so what I was saying is that, okay, there's something that not everybody knows or not everybody realizes, and now I need to explain this. Why is LinkedIn offering this batch? Why is LinkedIn so generous? My takeaway is that with all of this work, LinkedIn is training their own AI in order to have the biggest, let's say, I don't know, knowledge base for professionals around the world. So LinkedIn is reading, and LinkedIn is using this program in order to train their own artificial intelligence. The same as Google, the same as any other platform you have out there. Of course, TikTok is doing the same. Instagram is doing the same. They are not telling you, but LinkedIn is like, well, they're giving something in exchange for that information and that knowledge that you are sharing. So that was the first thing. And I don't know, Veronica, you said something pretty interesting. And the other thing, how does LinkedIn rate your comment? And that is the other, there's a catch over there, because it's not just commenting. LinkedIn is ranking your contribution, okay? And understand, and because people will read your contribution, will like, will comment, will react, and LinkedIn is measuring that. And if you are in the top 5% of contributors that are getting the most comments, likes, shares, whatever, you will be getting the badge. If you're not on the top 5%, you won't get it. Although, even though you make a lot of effort, you comment, I mean, you work every day. So you also need to, and that is, that's a deeper work. But if you have a good network, you'll be much more able to get the badge because the network will read, will understand, will find value in your comments. So there are some things that we need to take into consideration when we work for the badge. I don't know if there's any other question over there. No?
I have a question.
Yeah, go on.
Maybe because I already passed the process, so I have a lot of more specific questions. Right now, I have the temporal badge, and they give us for 2 months when I reach the 2% of the
Right.
sector. After that first batch, LinkedIn also give you like a period of the time that they're testing, right? So we need to keep develop constant communication and valuable communication, so we keep posting. After those 2 months, we can get the final batch, or it's also a trial of time.
Okay, so which is the final batch, the blue one, or what? I'm sorry, I don't understand. What I mean, what is for you? What is the final batch?
I have right now the goal. They gave me like 3 weeks ago. But
Okay.
after that, LinkedIn told me, because they sent my email, that I'm in a like period of time that they are testing me. That test is for us to keep improving our communication, to keep posting, to keep giving answers, which is that period of time that they are testing us, or why
Okay.
is a gold or blue, which is a different. Yeah.
Okay, I would need to read the email or the message they sent, but basically what happens for everyone is that you get the badge and you keep it for 60 days, for 2 months. You need to keep on contributing, you need to keep on working in order to keep the badge. If you don't do that, you will lose the badge. Okay, but you could also get the badge on another topic. So say, like you said, Veronica, I chose retail marketing, but now I want to get something that is related to women leadership. Okay, so you can change, stop contributing one type of articles and change to other topics, but you will never get the final or a permanent badge with this program. It's only for 2 months. That's it. So you keep it, or you just lose it, or you change it. That's how it works nowadays. Of course, LinkedIn could change the rules anytime. Okay, that's how it works nowadays. Today, I'm telling you about the information we've got right now. Okay. Any other question? Okay, so that is different from the blue one. This is the blue badge, and this is permanent because it's something that LinkedIn gives you. Like the one I got, I won't lose it. I don't have, unless they realize that I'm not a good user, LinkedIn user, they will take it away. But I mean, I don't need to do anything in order to keep this blue one because that is, as I said, invitation only. Okay. Any other question? Let's see. I don't know if let me look at the chat.
Yes, we have 2 questions.
Sure.
Jillian, I think will introduce the questions.
Yeah, so let's see. We have the one question from Yamile. So she says, thank you for the presentation, Paola, and to Veronica, Jillian, Luciana, for the series of webinars created in collaboration with the Chamber. So her question is, she'd like to know exactly what happens to our LinkedIn post once we obtain the LinkedIn Top Voice badge. Is there any change in behavior?
Well, I don't know if this is the answer, but this is how in behavior, do you mean your network behavior? Probably I answered that with this. I don't know if that's if I understood the question correctly. But
maybe,
yeah,
I could allow Yamile to talk maybe, so she can
yeah,
elaborate.
sure, of course.
Okay.
I want to hear people.
Yeah. Okay, Yamile, there you are.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you so
Hey.
much. Thank you so much, Jillian, for letting me speak because it's better. Yes, Paula, what I want to know is what happened with our post on LinkedIn once we have the badge, the gold badge. Is there's more people who can see our post on LinkedIn?
Yeah, and that's something we have measured. So the answer is yes. We've measured that you get an increase about 20% to your visibility. Okay, so you get an increase in visibility. And what happens is that LinkedIn will be showing your post, your content to more people. More
Okay,
than
but
20. Mhm.
it depends. Sorry to interrupt. It depends on how many people you have already in your network or
Okay,
not.
what we've measured is that our clients have, and it doesn't matter how many contacts you have. We have measured this regarding percentages. Okay, so if you had, let's say, if your post before the batch, each one of your posts had 1,000 impressions. After the batch, you will have 20% more impressions for each post. Okay.
Okay.
Because LinkedIn is showing your content to more people, more of your contacts. Okay, so that is what we've measured. So
Paola, I'm sorry. We have also a question from Gabriela Heron. Is giving you thanks and how incredible this is. She constantly receives invitations from LinkedIn to contribute to topics that she's familiar with, but she's not really interested in. And she just found out the list and how it makes sense. It will be easy for her to contribute to them. So in her case, it's higher education leadership. So what do you think about her opinion in this case?
well, I'm so glad that you found out that you don't need to follow the suggestions LinkedIn gives you. Okay, so what were your topics again? Sorry.
There is education leadership. Higher education leadership is her interest.
Okay, so I would just look at those. I mean, if those topics are aligned with your personal brand, that is what you want people to think, believe, and feel about you, then you're on the right track. And then you go to the list and you find, okay, let's see what we can find in the education sphere. Let's say if there is anything here, you have educational leadership, right? So that's super, that's, I think that fits you. And there you have, for example, and then you go through the articles, and here you have this one that is only has 3 contributions. So that would be a good article to choose from all the list, because you've only got 3 people there. There you have 10 contributions for, look, I don't know if everyone's following what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to find out how many people have contributed here to this topic. So you're navigating changes in school policies. How can you ensure a positive atmosphere? Okay, there are only 3 contributions here. So there's a lot of chance for you here, right? Look, it's empty. Okay, and also you can look, here you can see if you can find something under leadership, a different one that also is related to education. But here you have much more, like leadership development coaching, leadership training, there are many other options here. So I don't know if that answered your question, but there you have it. I mean, you have education, leadership, educational leadership.
There's also another question from Santiago. So he
Okay.
actually has 2. Let me see. Santiago says, where can he see the articles you have contributed and so he wants to know where he can see the articles that he's already contributed to and track his progress. And then he also wants to know if there's a way to suggest to LinkedIn a topic that they haven't identified yet.
Okay, about the third one, of course, you can suggest, you can go to support, you can find the support email and write them and write, that's, I believe they are pretty open to that. I don't know if they will work on that as soon as possible, but I'm sure they will be, I mean, as long as they have the golden or the gold top voice badge program, they will be trying to find more topics. So how do you find your comments? That's a good question. When I mean, before I got the blue top voice badge, I used to contribute and I got 2 or 3 gold top voice badge. And what I did is I used to save the link. I'm sorry, right now I don't know if you can, and I also let me remember that if you go to post, I mean to your activity here, I'm on my profile right now, and here's an option, comments. Just let me know if you can see here the comments you're giving to the articles. I don't have it because I don't contribute anymore, but it should be here. And if it's not there, please just take into account that you might need to save the link. Here's the link. Okay, save it, and then you can go back, and here you will find the tracker. You can find the progress. LinkedIn will track your progress, and you will find it here within the article. Okay, LinkedIn might change this, and probably at some point they might send you a notification as well, and say here in the notification, say, hey Paola, you achieved this, you're on the 10%, way to go, keep on doing it. Okay, so there are those are the 3 ways that I can think of right now in order to find your progress. Okay, hope that helps, Santiago.
And Caro also said, kind of asked something sort of similar, but she says, if you contribute to a topic that doesn't have many comments, does it help you to obtain the 5% badge? Oh,
yes.
to get a 5% to obtain the badge.
Okay, you have much more chances of getting the badge if fewer people are contributing to that article. But what really needs to happen here is that you get the likes, the comments, the reactions of your network. Okay, so be pretty mindful when you are choosing a topic, when you're contributing. It needs to be something of value in order to to get the reaction you need, because LinkedIn will be measuring your performance on those based on those metrics, right? Likes, comments, but of course, if you choose a topic that doesn't have many comments, it helps you. You've got much more chances than if you choose a topic that is super popular. So that's how it works. Okay, I think we've got only 3 minutes left. I don't know if there is any question right now. Let me go through okay, so I will be closing my presentation, and then if anybody has any other questions, I'm here for you. So remember, let me just go through the process again. Those are the benefits. We've measured them, and if you want to use the badge in order to build your personal brand, this is part of the puzzle, and I already showed you why you need to be much more visible. Right now, we're in a digital space where it's super hard to understand which are the real brands. Who should you trust or not? So these little things are part of the process of making your brand much more trustworthy. I'm sure that having the badge will take you to another place regarding your reputation. It does. We've measured it, and we inside my company, as I showed you, we're working with all of our clients. Many of them have already gotten the badge, and we're still working because we've measured that it works. It gives you visibility. It puts you aside. I mean, it puts you in another place, and you won't get confused with everybody that's offering, all the people that are offering the same things that you are offering, right? So first of all, it does bring you benefits regarding your personal brand. It helps you cut the noise. And of course, you have to follow a process. I already told you, I gave you the link. You have to choose wisely and start, working on it. And then you will get it. And finally, just to remind you, there's a gift for you. So you can please first check your profile, see how it is written, how it is done, if it is really appealing, because you might have, you might be working on this badge for for a long time, but if your profile, your LinkedIn profile, is not well constructed, you won't get the same reactions, and people won't trust you. So if you want, let me share the link again. If you want to have just a simple guide, that's my gift for you today. And I believe, let me put here on the general, there it is. So if you want to follow the link, and you can, you want to do a makeover, there you have the information. So I believe that's everything. I don't know if there's any question over there.
There's a question from Catalina, and she
Okay.
says she wants to know if there's any way to see or filter topics according to the contribution in the comments. So to like find how to search for them. Let's see.
But
Yeah, how
her
to search
contribution-
for them to know which ones don't have as many comments, other than just
no.
clicking and
There
yeah.
is no other way than clicking. Sorry. You have to go through the list, but it's easy when you have your topics. I mean, you've worked on your topics. I mean, this is like the personal brand 101. What do I want to be known for? Okay. And if you have those 2-3 topics, no more than that, you will find a good one. You will find a good topic. But you have to go through. Sorry, there's no way to filter those topics.
And then Pia raised her hand, so I don't know if we want to give her the option to talk. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, Pia. Okay, hi Pia, we see you now.
Or maybe Pia is writing.
Oh, maybe.
No, thanks.
Oh, she said no thanks. Okay.
That was a mistake.
That's okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Paola, can we lose the badge at some point?
Yeah, you can lose the badge. We already answered that question. You've got 60 days, 2 months, and that's what you get. I mean, but you can keep it as well. If you keep on contributing on the same topic, you will keep the badge. Of course, you contribute and you stay on the top 5% of those contributors. So you have to do both. You have to keep on contributing. And if you don't do that because you don't want that badge anymore, you just, you stop doing it and you will lose it. But you can also change. You can change the topic and you can learn the badge for another topic. And you can have 2 or 3 at the same time. And you just highlight the one you like, the one you want for your personal brand.
But you're talking about the first badge, the gold badge. We can lose the badge in those 60 days, right?
Yeah, after those 60 days, you can lose it. If you don't contribute, right, you can lose it.
Okay.
And I think the last question is Santiago wants to know, how are people accessing the articles? And where does LinkedIn display the content to the readers?
Okay, let me share again the articles, the link to the articles. There you have it. And what was the second question? Sorry.
Let's see. How do other people access the articles? So like, let's say we didn't have the link. How do people see it? Do people just know about the link? Like, is there somewhere that they can click on to read articles? I guess?
LinkedIn will notify your contacts that you contributed to an order.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way. And this works the same as any other post you upload to LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn will show your activities to your network, the first degree network, and not to everyone, because you know that's how algorithms work. They show to a percentage of those contacts.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Great. Thank you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, we're out of time right now, but please, if you have any other questions, please reach out. You've got my profile over there. Let's connect. Let me see. I don't think I gave you my profile, but let me just do the last, just paste something here. That's my profile. And please reach out, contact me, and I'll be super glad to answer any further question.
Great. Well, thank you. And thank you for everyone joining today. Thanks to Veronica, Paula, Yami, and Luciana. This has been very, like lots of great information here. We've been taking a lot of notes on our end as well.
Thank you,
So thank you.
Luciana and Jillian from the Cámara de Comercio de Mujeres de los Estados Unidos. It's a pleasure for us. And also thank you, Paola, for such an important information for our careers or our entrepreneur women. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
all. Thank you all
Bye.
for
Have a
coming.
great day.
Okay,
Thank you
bye-bye. Have a great day.
Bye.
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 Thank
Thank
you so
you
much.
all, the attendees, and Paola, Veronica, and Yamilet. Thank you, Jillian.
Thank you. Bye.